Yo, what is up, bros? This is Bruchminati. I am here with the Endsieg conquest. This should look familiar, guys. We've already been through this. We were on, I think, episode 3 or 4. I think it was 3. And I asked you guys if you wanted me to keep going, do like a full world domination. A lot of people said, yes, keep going. So I talked about this in a earlier video, but if you didn't see this, this is what happened. I tried to make a 4th and final episode. It was going to be heavily edited so I could fit everything into like 20 minutes. My recording software let me down. Totally screwed it up. Obviously, my game was lost. I couldn't get back to where I'd started from. So, I am not about to let you guys down. I decided to go back through this completely. Crank up the speed to 4 times and make it more like a time-lapse video. So, without further ado, bros, let's go. I will say this. This time around, it was harder than the last time around. I don't know what happened. I tried to play the exact same way because last time it worked out so well. Like, I made that perimeter. The perimeter held out until the very end when there wasn't many troops left. And I thought that's what I would do again. But as you're about to see, I'm not even sure what happened. I lose containment. And not only that, but we lose somebody. We lose a general that is very dear to our hearts. And I don't even want to tell you who it is because it'll probably affect you the rest of this entire video. And I don't want to put that kind of grief on you just starting out. I want this to be a happy time until we lose this general, who I shall not name. It was it hurts just watching back through this. Now remember, I did not try to expand at all last time in the early rounds. This time I decided to go a little bit into the northern part of Poland. I don't know if that made the AI behave differently or what. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I even placed my generals and units the exact same way I had started out in the other one. Boom! De Gaulle goes down. So it should have been very similar. Switzerland goes down. I'm just sad I wasn't there. I'm sad I wasn't the one. We've got Mani trapped at sea. See? I mean, what happened? They broke through. That quick. If you watch the first episode of when I played through this, and I'll post all these somewhere up here, I did so much better. There's actually time in this where I'm worried that I'm going to lose and I'm going to have to start over again because it looks so bad. And I'm pissed off inside because I'm just like, I just wasted 30 minutes and I'm going to start this over again. Why was it so easy the first time when I had no idea what was going on or what the AI was going to do? I played through it again and it's a lot harder when I know what's going on. It didn't make sense. The goal still remains, though. Try to keep... Boom! There! Fake Walmart version of Bruchminati goes down. Try to keep Italy in this. Now, when I'm talking about a full world domination, I'm speaking about a time when even our allies must be taken out. Because really, imagine Germany takes over the world. Takes out everybody, right? I'm just thinking they're eventually going after Japan. And if they're gonna go after Japan, you know, why not just attack your other ally? The only thing that worked out better is Mani trapped at sea for so long. Papa Stalin must be taken down. No expense of air power is too much. Papa Stalin must be taken down. I'm trying to allow Italy. Look at Graziani. Trying to allow Italy to take Zurich. But apparently they don't want to. See, I'm losing Hamburg. What's going on with that? Got frickin' Devers breaking through my line. Got Eisenhower chilling at the gates of Berlin. And not even that, but if I was to have a fatal breakthrough, I would have assumed it was going to happen from the east, not the west. Papa Stalin is just too yoked. Papa Stalin's been pumping some iron. Taking some good old communist growth hormones. See, we kind of thinned out the east better. Yeah, Papa Stalin broke through. Look, it's just everybody broke through. Boom! A Papa Stalin goes down. We just need to take Devers out. If there's two people you don't want behind your lines, boom! Devers goes. Oh no, that wasn't Devers. That's Devers. Hold on, was that Devers? Who the hell knows? There could be multiple Devers. Yeah, that was... What is that? Was it Kruger or, Shit, there's a third one. I think that was Kruger, maybe. I don't know. Point being, the Devers is still alive. Actually, now the Devers is not alive. The Devers had died. Enjoy that retaliation. Is that the second Zhukov we've taken out? I think so. Help out our Italian bros. So the last main general on the west we gotta take out is Patton. All the other ones I don't think have much health. Boom! Look at that territorial gain that was given right back. Greece goes down. See, I mean, this is so much worse than the other time. Like, I've got no containment on this. Everybody's roaming free in German territory. But I was able to expand a little bit northeast, which is good considering I lost the territory in the south and Hamburg. If anybody's going to take out the Italians, it's going to be us. Like, we can lose every city, right? Preferably not, but we can, as long as Berlin doesn't fall. Look at the... I want you to look at the Bruchminati general. The Gucci one. He's about dead, bros. How did this happen? The most feared general the Germans have, and he's about dead. And Ataturk sees our weakness and then charges. The fear of getting it done, though. The only thing that can save us now is the fear of going on a tear and taking out a bunch of units. See, Ataturk doesn't have much health, though. That's the one good thing. Yes, look at Cologne. 11 minutes in, round 12. Bruchminati General ceases to exist. How did that... I think last time we ended, he had over half health left. Like I said, this... For some reason, this was a lot harder go-around. But like I said, Berlin will be defended at all cost. Fortress Berlin will not fall. The German people, the Berliners, will not falter in their resolve to keep out the Reds and the capitalists. Okay, the last major general of the West is down. Still got a couple decent Soviet generals left. Nobody I'm afraid of, though. Certainly nobody that the Führer is afraid of. The only thing he's afraid of is going on a date and having one of his massive flatulence episodes. Japan doesn't look like they did quite as well as they did the first go-around we had. As you can see, that we're about to break out of this. Very few generals left, but we're about to break out. Boom! Amsterdam falls. What is up? That's the beginning of the expanse. Took back Stuttgart. Took back Vienna. And lost to Munich. We were whole again just for a little bit. Look at the fear going off. He's pissed. He's coming out of Berlin on fire right now. Alright. Boom! Germany is in control of Zurich. The way it should be, I think. It's a very... It's like... Fall Gelb version 2.0. Going back through the lowlands. This time we didn't even bother with the Ardennes. We just went, we went the old World War I plan. Alright. That right there. Boom! Sweden goes down. I had seen like PewDiePie and T-Series, the gap was 12,000. That was it. Until Green PewDiePie saved the day and shot it back up to like 70. Green PewDiePie saved the day, let it be known. Getting that revenge on what was supposedly our allies. Boom! Finland goes down. Supposedly our allies down towards the Balkans. Everybody turned their back on us once they seen the Red Army coming in. Never count out the German people. See, I could do this an easy way once the time comes. Like I could hop across to the U.S. via air power, but I want to land generals in the U.S. So we're going like the old-fashioned. Boom! Hungary goes down. We're going like the old-fashioned World Conqueror 3 type invasion. Every so often people mention playing World Conqueror 3 again. The only problem is that the phone that I had that game on is broken. I still have it. If I could get it fixed, I could you know, have my game. Boom! Yugoslavia goes down. But the problem is that the fix costs more than the phone would. Like I could pick up a phone. It's like a Galaxy S5. Cheaper than I could just... Cheaper than it would cost to replace it. See, the digitizer's cracked to shit. Boom! Check out France. Wrecked again. Round number 20. I think this is about the layout we had at the end of episode 3. So I think everything here on out is new. Virgin territory. Because we at the very end of the last episode we did, we had cleared. I guess we had the Balkans cleared out, but we were getting ready to attack Moscow. We'd already taken Paris. We hadn't really started on Spain or the UK. So this is... After we do this, we should be back to exactly where we were. Boom! Romania goes down. Boom! Bulgaria goes down. Yes, this is exactly where we were. Except Japan did a lot better the last time around. And this is going to take a little bit longer than it normally would because I'm going to have to take out this huge navy before I can get my generals at sea. For the invasion of the US. And of course, there's but one person that I can even think of to take Moscow. And that person, the Führer himself. Somebody, well, more than just a somebody. There's been a few people that are just like, hey, you should try this out with Italy. I couldn't imagine how hard that would be. If I did that with Italy, we would have to use like the tactic of running and hiding and then letting the US, like NATO and the Soviets battle it out. Although Milan has a crap ton of health. Okay, remember, we still had our backup Führer. This is like the stunt double Führer. We still have a cherry Führer. Unused, untouched. Because I think the one we're using now is going to die on his way to Moscow. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. In fact, I can guarantee it. I can see into the future. Alright, we have officially entered the Middle East. The Allies' navy isn't looking too good now. Alright. The second approach to Moscow. Army Group Center. Led by 2 generals, and that is it. Which is actually better than Army Group North and South, which have 1 general each. Hey, it's been rough. It hasn't been any bit easier for any of the army groups. They all have got shit on. Alright, so UK is gonna be dealt with air power. I'm not gonna divert my generals up there. Look at that, look at the once proud Allied Navy. We're about ready to start being able to move stuff out. Goring saved us so much time. Yep, the Führer has passed. Boom! The real Führer. This is the Gucci Führer, not the Walmart version that we were playing with. We'll see if he can't capture Moscow single-handedly. Or maybe with a little bit of help from that one bro. This is some fast-paced action we got here, bros. Like 4 times the speed of action that you're used to. You asked for the full conquest. I was not about to disappoint you guys. Are you not entertained? Boom! Stalingrad falls. Portugal falls. And we're moving out here. Destination East Coast. Boom! Turkey goes down. We're going to start bumping up the presence and use of air power here. Air power is about to become a much more important element in the German war machine. Never mind how the Luftwaffe was rebuilt after having no planes. I remember doing this so many times in World Conqueror 3. Remember there'd be like a huge line of super heavies like you would have coming out of Paris and London. Boom! Saudi Arabia goes down anytime you tried to land on the East Coast. Because obviously, no air power. Somebody was mentioning this in the comments, how they thought being able to build airfields on any city kind of ruined the gameplay. There is an aspect of it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It does kind of lessen the strategy you have to employ. When you can just be like, oh, I'll just, you know, you don't have to think out what you're going to do, like your moves a few rounds ahead of time, because you're just like, oh, I'll just build an airfield when I get there. Boom! Spain goes out. Back in the old days of World Conqueror 3, you had to plan out way ahead, especially going into like Chongqing. Or even taking New Delhi. New Delhi was always a pain in the ass. And now it's just like, oh, I'll just build an airfield. No biggie. No biggie smalls. Boom! Egypt goes down, bros. We are going on a tear here. Look at that territorial gains. Although we don't have enough Lebensraum, obviously. There's just... we need living space. I gotta give it up to Goring. Boom! Belgium goes down. How he recreated this Luftwaffe. Boom! France goes down. Is amazing. Alright. The fear is almost in range of Moscow. I wonder... Boom! We have officially landed. I wonder why the Japanese didn't do as good. Boom! Iran goes down. I mean, we're dropping a country every round now, it seems like. Sometimes multiples. It's this vicious air attack. Alright, Mumbai has a pretty decent amount of health. There you go. Look at this. We are officially linking up with our Japanese allies. You know, they're happy as shit to see us. They were about to start losing. I give them about, I don't know, 10, 15 rounds without us and they're dead. Moscow's gonna take a while to get down. The push must continue eastward, though. No air power help with Moscow. Look at Chongqing. I remember that well. And then sometimes the Chinese would just parachute spam you into oblivion where you couldn't even move your troops. That's why you needed the super heavies, because there was just so much parachute spam. You couldn't get through it. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit feisty about that. Yeah, look at that! What, does every country get a Bruchminati general? Hold on, I guess the other one was US too. Well, why do they get two? I only got one. Mine died. Why didn't I get another one? Boom! India goes down. Boom! Australia goes down. Next round maybe. I hear a performance is scheduled for the fall of Moscow. The world-renowned German dance crew is scheduled to perform at the fall. We'll see. Boom! ROC goes down. Nice. Yeah, we're making all kinds of money now. And not only that, but at any time I can switch to missile technologies. You know, you might ask, why don't I use missile technologies very often? I like the air rating animations, plus it's faster than the missile animations. Is that in my head, or is that actually truth? I've never like timed it, but I feel like the missile animation takes a decent amount of time longer than like the carpet bombing, strategic bombing. You know, maybe not 1 for 1, but when you factor in you're doing it 100 times in a conquest, I think you would find that you could save a lot of time. Boom! Mongolians go down. So much for the feared Mongolians. Yeah, don't think I'm going to forget. I remembered the Pacific Islands. They got like a little mini circle jerk going on around Cuba. What's all that about? I don't know. Boom! Colombia goes down. They try to come back. Yunnan has a pretty decent amount of health. I think that's it for China. Communist. Boom! Communist China goes down. Not much longer. Boom! Cuba goes down. Boom! Mexico goes down. I don't know how Cuba took over part of the U.S. It's an amazing job by them. Boom! The Soviet Union goes down. All the Lebensraum a happy little German could ever wish for. Yeah, that definitely takes longer than strategic bombing. Nice. There's not too many more rounds left. I'm still gonna switch it up though. Back and forth. Throw down some missile technologies. Keep my attacks fresh. Like they don't know what's gonna happen. Are they going to get missiled or are they gonna get bombed to shit? You gotta keep them wondering. Well, the UK has something. There it was. Boom! The UK goes down. It is just the US. Did we get Canada out? Nope, Canada's still in there. I think they have a port. Boom! Brazil goes down. It's time. Declare on all the allies. Declare on everybody, even if they're already dead. See, look, Milan has a ton of health. Like, maybe you could defend Italy. Make a fortress Milan. We're about to hit it with some major artillery power, though. See, I just don't see... Say the Axis won. I just don't see Germany and Japan getting along for very long. Boom! Canada goes down. And then there was but the US. And our two former allies left, one of which is about to get wrecked by air power. There you go. Looks like that was all their land. They got some ports left. That's it. Well, let's switch it up. I'm bored with it. I'm bored with strafing runs or bombings. Go missile technologies. Now I'm out of industrial. Right, this should be it. Yep, it was. Boom. Italy goes down. Damn, Chicago has a ton of health too. Well, it looks like San Francisco is it. But I just don't want to take it with, you know, dropping down a paratroop unit. I want to take it with a general. If I've waited to beat this stage for that long, I can wait a little bit longer. Look at that German Empire. Here we go, bros. Boom! Victory! 42 rounds. There you have it, bros. You asked for it. Not to be the one to let my subscribers down. I played through the whole damn thing again. If you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Slap the like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and I will see you back here for our next upload. Peace. Bruchminati out.